Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Oh, all right, so we're back. And I'm just going to go on a limb here and let everybody know that it's going to be a heavy improv session.
Fine by me.
All right.
Yeah, should be fun.
Alrighty. Good there, good there, good there. It's ready to roll.
All right, everybody got dice, everybody on roll 20.
Yep.
Let's get down to business to defeat. Dun, 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 dun,
I was going to say this bitch, but that works too.
Close enough.
To complete the heist, will they get what they want, or will they all be dead?
Sorry.
You're good.
It works.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So, when last we spoke, you all were in a port town,
Yes.
and Ela was planning a heist.
Yes. A surprise to no one.
dun.
Wasn't she planning a heist based off of someone that, like, we don't know this? Well, y'all don't know this, but like the cabal and stuff. Like this person. Had,
Yes.
I figured I would have figured that out because of surveillance. But sorry.
No, you're good.
You don't know that I know that you.
You don't know that I know that you know that I know what you don't know.
Yeah, it's getting complicated.
Spider-Man meme.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, you don't know that I know what you think that no one knows.
Yeah.
They know.
The heist in question is about, I think it was like the lord of this port town or someone very important in this.
This island.
Yeah, the Reeve has a pocket watch that my fellow Cabal member wants because it is the second of a pair that my connection has. So he has essentially hired us to go break in, grab the watch, come back, and when we sell the pair, I will get a significant cut. And I will also potentially share with the crew part of my cut. But we shall find out later. We decided that some of us were going to go scope out the place, see what we're kind of going up against. On our way there, we stopped at a local artificer, and I was able to talk my way into letting us borrow a experimental patent of walkie-talkies, essentially just sending stones in an earpiece. So we will be using that once the heist begins, and we ended there, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Sorry, I ate a lemon bar.
Lemon bars are delicious.
I'm a mess. It's fine.
Alrighty. So, yes, Tibbs has the right about this. That has also, you are a cute mess.
Oh, at least I'm cute. I can deal with that.
A win's a win.
Yeah. So, we left off just before you guys were going to scout out. Dre was going to scout at range.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of you were going to potentially go for a little wander. And then nighttime was going to
Potentially.
come and you were going to do the actual heist.
Tracks.
Yeah,
So who's going with to scout out the manor?
Getsu
I-
is.
think it was me, Getsu, and Zara.
I'm sticking with
Dre.
Illa because that's my main assignment.
And then Dre was going to scope out from the crow's nest, and Asti was gonna stick by the ship.
Possibly depends if I get convinced to go.
Can we see the manor from the ship?
I'd assume not.
If you're in like the crow's nest, you can see like the top of the roof.
Okay, I'll have to get. Is there like a mountain? Is there like a hill, a mountain, something that's within 400 feet at least of it?
So this is where I'm really glad I listened to the VOD last night. There is a very tall tree nearby.
All right. I'll make my way. If when we part ways, I'm gonna make my way to the tree. To the tree. To the
Alright.
tree.
Before we depart, I would head back to the ship and give Dre the second piece of the sending stones. So then, even now, we can communicate what we're seeing as we're walking in and walking around.
Oh, El Mothra, and I'll say into the thing, you can always hear me now.
Oh boy.
Don't make me regret this, Dre.
10-4, copy.
I'm going to regret this, aren't I?
What do you mean?
Likely high, unfortunately, boss.
All right, let's get this over with so then Dre isn't in my ear 24 hours or 19 hours a day, 9 days a week.
What's wrong? You don't want to hear riveting commentary about energy drinks, Silva?
I just become one big ad for Sap.
I'm gonna take the earpiece out, cover it with both my hands. I would rather sit and watch paint dry than listen to Dre talk all day.
I've
Well,
watched
So,
paint dry
we lost
before.
blood.
We lost
no.
him.
I think you made him leave.
Oh no. We
He's
chased him
coming
off.
back.
Oh,
Never mind.
Dre took offense. It's understandable, really. The fuck?
Somebody
waiting
hit
for
their camera
sniper
again.
/ overhead scout to
See, Raven could very easily be
There we go.
convinced
Get
to
more.
Raven could be very easily convinced to do a heist on any form of nobility. The problem is, Ilya leading it would be the slight.
There we go. There we go.
That's-
Yeah,
that's the slight consideration. Trust
Well-
problems.
Raven, dear, what we're doing right now is we're just scoping out the place. We're just looking and seeing what we're going up against, in a sense. Getting a layout of
Which is
the
a smart
grounds of
thing
the
to do.
manor. Later on tonight, when we actually do the heist, it needs to be quiet.
Well,
Really?
obviously.
So
Sorry.
I know that you have a natural vendetta against those of higher stature, which is very understandable. But this is not one where we need to go in spilling blood as much as we
Not
can.
every situation needs to be. I'm not against taking things from them.
Just give her a couple shiny trinkets. Or give him a couple shiny trinkets. I'm sure he'll be fine. We've seen what he eats on the regular. It's not like you have to give him something valuable.
It's like the only semi-valuable items Raven owns is swords.
When we are in there, you can have as much stuff from the walls, from the floors, from anything that you can carry as you want. As long as we leave some stuff. You can't rob him blind.
You sure?
that's a bummer.
I don't think
Mainly-
we'd have enough time or space to carry.
Probably.
That and
There's only a few of us.
the one who has hired us for this heist doesn't want him to be completely without.
Hmm.
It's mainly for the watch and other things for more of a bury the lead kind of thing. Because if it's only the watch that is missing,
Makes sense.
It's gonna be
the
obvious.
yes, it will be obvious on who wanted it. But if we go in and take a lot of things, including the watch, then it's going to be more of a holy shit, my stuff is gone.
Raven will take a bunch of swords if there's any just like display swords.
You can have as many fancy swords as you want, Raven.
Raven and the backpack of swords will just get more swords.
All right.
So do
The
you
Carry
question
want...
is,
food?
does Raven
No,
know
it
the
just carries
difference between a
swords.
display sword and an actually usable sword? And if
That would be a
so,
question.
if
Raven's-
not, would they just
Raven's
pull out a
seen
display
both.
sword to fight with and then be freaked out when it gets cut in half?
that would be a good question. I feel like he'd know the difference based off having used swords enough.
And I think Raven wouldn't be freaked out that a sword got broken. He would be more pissed that the sword was broken.
Exactly.
Period.
He'd be annoyed somebody broke his sword.
And then he'd just pull out another one and beat him to death with it, blunt or
He could pull
not.
out the next three.
You'd be like,
Turns
oh,
into
well,
fucking Zoro from One Piece.
Damn it! Don't break that.
I'm gonna have
That's
to
what I
rob
was
another
thinking of.
noble.
Go tomb raiding again.
no.
Oh no, whatever shall I do? Break into another
Darn it, we
nobleman's
got-
house and take their swords? Rats.
I have to rob another noble? Darn.
Man,
Another tomb raiding, another robbing a noble, another tomb raiding. It's okay.
So, Raven, would you like to join us in the scoping out planning?
Probably better if I
Hush.
do. That way I
Okay.
know what I'm up against later.
All right. Then we are heading out now before sun falls and we can see everything. Is everyone ready to go?
We
Yes.
I'm going to send Ketla to get a map of the manor as she's not going with you guys. Would there be like a a, a city hall that has like map plans and whatnot of the manor, building drawings,
Yeah.
the legal
would be.
stuff?
The only issue I foresee there is you're literally robbing the highest magistrate of the land, so you might not want to go through the legal means of getting that.
Yeah, going through
That's
illegal means to getting a map
That's
might
fair.
give you away.
That's
Oh, yes,
fair.
I'd like blueprints to the Lord of the entire Isle, please.
One last question.
The next day, he's been robbed. I wonder who did it.
You know
you said
what?
last
Fair.
session that there were rooks active in the city, right?
Mhm.
If I can contact the rooks, I can probably get blueprints to the house, what servants are there, security protocols, same.
That would be handy.
You'd have to give
Now-
me a decent, lawful enough reason that I could ask.
That was my next question, is how willing would they be to just do it for us?
We're allowed to stretch the truth a little bit.
Just a little.
Be creative.
We can tell them that there is high suspicion that the Lord of this manor had taken something that did not rightfully belong to him in the first place. Grand theft jewelry, if you will.
I was thinking more along the lines of, you're absolutely sure you want to do this heist, yes?
Absolutely.
So regardless of what information you do or do not have, you're going to do it?
Precisely.
So then, with you being in the house, my security mandate extends to taking care of you in that house. So I'd need to know certain things, and if they happened to, I don't know, be left on a table somewhere where you could see them earlier, that's not my fault, is it?
Correct. Prying eyes are a terrible thing.
I just went out for a coffee.
All right. Can you get that done soon, Zara?
I can head out to the guild house immediately if you'd like.
That would be greatly appreciated.
Stay careful. Not sure how far Thrall's influence goes, and well, you did get a nasty bounty.
Don't worry. It's not the first time, and it won't be the last.
Might be
True
the first
that.
time for this high of a caliber, but alright. Heads off.
Alright, so Zara's going to the Rook's Guild House. You find it pretty easily. They're not trying to conceal their presence.
Didn't think so.
And you're met at the front by a door guard. And he like looks you up and down, notices the silver raven pin, and just opens the door for you, lets you in.
I'll head over to the front office because I'm sure there's going to be like someone that helps with assignments and information in every chapter house.
Mhm.
I'll present my ID and explain that I'm Zara Shata Ali from the Vonphian chapter. My job is currently to protect Ilamathri, and they are going to be doing some business. I'm not going to go into detail about what kind of business. At the house that the noble is at and all that, give them the address and everything, and be like, I would like some information on security protocols and other things like that, maybe blueprints as well, just in case things go south.
This fellow Tabaxi looks up at you from their seat behind the desk and sort of grins. He goes, we have plans for the reeve of the island, do we?
Couple of minor things. I'm sure it won't be that much trouble for you.
Oh, I'm not worried about trouble for us. We're the Rooks. That man could do with a lesson or two.
Oh, you dislike him?
He dislikes us.
Even better.
Oh no.
Is there any contracts or any particularly other jobs that haven't been finished in that particular house?
No,
Pity.
it is. Instead, what there is you see, none of us are on security there because he doesn't trust us as private contractors. He believes we have a conflict of interest given our national status.
I see.
He's a paranoid man. So we can't provide too many details as none of us are working.
Unfortunate.
What we can do is give you a way in.
Can you be more specific?
We see the Reeves Manor used to be the Island Lord's Manor when this was not yet part of Ixalan. The Island Lord was a rum smuggler. So there are tunnels that lead to the coast.
Did you mark them on a map or anything?
I could.
That would be very useful. If I can get a map of the house itself, or of the surrounding area, can you mark that down for me?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I'll see if my client can steal a little more vigorously, just on the off chance that it might push the man into reconsidering his alliances.
I have a feeling the chapter master might appreciate that.
Copy that. I'm assuming that there are public records that a contractor with government approval could access, including blueprints, without necessarily leaving a name.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go do that.
Okay.
To get a map and blueprint that she can draw the pipes on, and then I'll go back to the Rooks, get a mark, and head back to
Okay.
present the map and be like, here you go. I found a way in. Not a lot of information, unfortunately, but the more effective your robbery, the better the Rooks will be off for it. So you have not just my organization's backing, but quiet approval.
So, the Rooks, for once in my entire time, are agreeing with me breaking into somebody's house and taking things from them.
Seems it.
Let's just say your business is mutually beneficial, even if we don't co-sign it.
Oh, music to my ears. Thank you. And I will take the map and I will sprawl it out or find a table, sprawl it out in front and look at it.
So what you see on that map is that a little ways away from the port, there is a cave that connects to a tunnel network. And that tunnel network connects to the manor.
Okay.
It's old Rum Runners
Yeah.
network.
From the blueprints, can I see where the tunnel meets the house? Kind of like an assumed entryway.
It would be in the cellar.
Okay. The cellar is most likely connected to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's
You
how
can bypass any grounds guards.
true. The only thing is any guards on the inside, any personal guards on the inside. How many rooms is it until like from the kitchen to like his main study or the main bedroom area?
Zara, I wish I had you for all of my heists. This is interesting.
I wouldn't necessarily be useful on every single one of your heists.
Well,
For as
I
many heists that my organization turns a blind eye to, there are ones that we ruthlessly stop.
I'll make sure to get the ones that your guild people will approve of.
Probably a good idea if you don't want to end up.
Yeah. To answer your question, Ila, it would be 3 floors down from where his study is.
Okay. Does the manor have a servant's staircase and not a main staircase, or along with like the main staircase?
Yes.
Okay. Zara, when you were speaking with the Rooks, you said that they didn't have anybody inside, correct?
Correct.
Did they mention on who is inside the house pertaining guards?
Not by name. So I would wager it's either city guards or a local rival organization.
It would be someone that he trusts, so then they wouldn't steal from him under his nose.
If the Rooks have managed to get a foothold here, let alone a chapter house, which they do have, we're probably the best security the city has to offer. Because we don't tend to play nicely with competitors for very long.
And that is very understandable. I have noticed quite a few rook hands in my competitors as well. Which makes me think how many. So it looks like 3 stories of this manor. We'd be coming in from the bottom and working our way to the top. The only issue that it's knowing how many.
If you can get me in the house with you, I can dress as not a rook. And then I can hopefully help point out any guards how trained they are and who is more likely to be a threat than not. Because we are trying to look for those sorts of things.
Okay. Question for DM. Do we have a timeline for this heist? A deadline?
No. You
Okay.
only have the radios for a day. But like you could probably extend that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so I think we should get you in there, Zara, for at least a few hours through the tunnelways. I also get a good idea of how the tunnels work. Get you in there, disguised as a servant, something, to get a good scope on who is in the building and who would be probably staying in the building overnight or guard changes or anything like that. And then I can do a walk around with Getsu and Raven from the outside, see any points of entry that we would need to worry about. Then head back to the artificer and give him more money for this blasted walkie-talkie thing that he has very graciously given us to use, but still too much money for a test run. Dre, can you hear me?
What's up?
Are you able to see the Reeves Manor from where you are?
Out of character. I probably would have taken off to go find the tree, I'd assume.
Mhm.
Yeah, how much I can see clear as day of the manor, correct? From the
Yep.
tree? Okay. Yes, I have a full view of the manor. I'm assuming this is the front side of the manor. Yeah, and I can see the entire grounds.
Okay, how many guards outside do you see?
Um, I'll just kind of zoom in, check my scope, switch to my perception aura, and just take a look at the guards around the area. Would you want me to roll something for that, or?
Yeah. Good old fashioned perception check.
All
Out of
right.
character.
Hmm.
I'm assuming me taking an active role, like, I don't know, scouting the tunnels and illegally breaking in somewhere would technically be breaking rules? Or would I be able to get away with saying that's... So I feel like it'd at most be breaking rules and at least be risky and hard to explain away.
You, as a Brooks operative, would likely be able to get away with it because the chapter house would probably be willing to take the fall because they dislike this man.
That's valid.
And it could be played off as a rook investigating and trying to point out flaws in his defenses.
So something that's not considered hostile, but if I got caught, I could be like, yes, my organization was going to submit some evidence that you might need us.
Mhm.
Okay.
Zara, I can also give you an hour of time to.
Sorry, that was out of character.
This is in character. I can give you an hour of time to not be seen, but only an hour.
I mean, that would be fun. Yeah, sure. That could be fun. As long as
Okay.
it's not going to drain you or waste any resources you need for the heist.
A small nap should be fine.
Okay.
I do like naps.
Okay, that was a 16. And I am marking down guards I see outside in a notepad right beside me.
There we go. You see 5 guards outside, 2 at the front gate, and 3
Okay.
in the grounds on a patrol
Okay.
route.
I'm going to mark down detailed notes of that. Sorry, you said 2 at the front.
Yep.
Gates, and then 3 patrolling.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. And I'll Ilmathri, I have a I have what I see. We have 2 at the front gate, and we also have 3 patrolling the grounds.
Okay, so that's 5 on the exterior. It's not overkill, and it's not undermining it at all, so he's probably got 4 on each floor then. Anywhere
Uh,
between 2 and 4 guards on each floor.
There may be more. These rich folks do love to keep themselves safe.
They do. Highballing it would be about 7 on each floor, and this man does have money, so it wouldn't be out of proportion for him to have that many. So we can aim for anywhere between 21 and 25 in the house. All right. I'm going to take Zara down to the tunnels. And I'm going to give you an hour of time to get in there, run around as much as you'd like to without being seen. But once it gets close to that hour, you need to get a disguise ready if you don't already have one.
If Dre can give me a description of what the servants are wearing, I might be able to wrestle something out.
Dre, do you see any servants from the windows or out on the grounds?
Maids would probably be best. They're most common.
Give me a second, and I will look through, and I will start looking for any sort of maid inside the house. I'd assume is what she is looking for. So I will be looking for through the window, seeing if I can find anybody. So perception.
Mm-hmm.
11.
All right. You do see some servants. Unfortunately, there's no maids that you see right now. Most of the rooms have their windows shuttered,
Okay.
but you do see some servants on like the ground floor in like the main room,
Okay.
like the great room. You see like a butler and a couple of other servants that are just like general household staff.
I will relay some info on 2 or 3 different sort of uniforms. If they are different uniforms, like butlers have butler uniforms, all that.
Yeah.
I'll relay all that information.
Okay.
I'd listen to Illa's like description of the uniforms. Is there any of them that are like really basic?
They're all
Or common?
fairly simple. It's like a black and yellow livery and fairly basic kind of clothing for a servant. Nothing extraordinarily unique.
So if there is a standard uniform, then they probably have a laundry where they like wash them. So I could probably go find the servants' quarters and grab one.
Probably.
Could probably do that in an hour of invisibility. Yeah.
All right. Well then, Getsu, Raven, follow me and Zara. We are going down to the coast to the tunnels. This is where we are.
Thing to have in these sorts of places.
What was that?
Tunnels seem like a useful thing to have in places like this for getting in and out.
Oh yes, it is definitely helpful.
Wish
I'm
more
going
of
to
them
be.
had tunnels.
Me too. It would make my job a lot easier.
It would make everybody's job too easy.
Based on what my contact with the Rook said, those tunnels aren't even known about by the person who owns the house right now because he took
Which is
over someone
perfect.
else's house. Yeah, I'm
Oh.
aware it's perfect. Just
So I'm going to lead
Yeah.
you to the tunnels. We're going to go through the tunnels together, so we all of us know. And then once we get to the manor, Zara, you're gonna go in. and then we are going to step out, take a walk of the grounds, and then we will meet you back at the mouth of the tunnels.
Understood.
Okay.
I'll try not to get caught.
You have an hour to find a disguise. So I'm going to lead them down to the entrance of the Rum Runner tunnels.
Okay. Wicked. Yeah, you get to the tunnels, no problem. There's no real signs of life per se.
All right, and
There's some wildlife that like has made their home in the cave, but nothing hostile.
okay, that's good. Don't have to worry about an owl bear or any griffins charging
Oh
at us from
god,
the inside.
owl bear.
Oh boy.
Oil bear.
My point earlier was that there might be more tunnels than you think connected to the houses you're robbing. You just might maybe not know about them because they're not on the like up to date blueprints or.
Can I pet that dog?
Gonna bet that dog.
Well, right now, all we need to know is how to get there. So in the dead of night, we're not completely blindsided and lost.
In the dead of the night, kids will find you. Sorry.
Oh, that makes two of my characters just so accurately portrayed in song. So yeah, looking at the map of the tunnels, are we able to make it in and to the cellar door pretty easily?
Let me find out.
Uh-oh.
It's pretty easy for the first like 20 minutes navigating the tunnels, which will get you to like right under the house, and then I'll need a perception check from everyone.
Alrighty.
Including Dre.
Yo.
Not Dre.
Get to
17,
see
what
it
do I have
all.
bonuses?
Ooh, that's a 22 for Illa.
All right.
Perception
We
is
are
a
all
plus
seeing.
4, so that is a 20, I think. Is 17 plus 4 a 20, or is that more than 20?
21.
21.
21.
My brain is not good at math today.
Feel that.
Goose.
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 For all just bringing up.
Aww.
I don't have anything close enough.
Cthulhu is making an appearance.
I could steal one of Kai's
Praise it
turtles.
be in all of his madness and adorableness.
There's mine.
Aw.
I have an entire wall of stuffed animals over there. It's about 2 feet high because the room has a ledge because basement room.
Dre, be careful.
It's
You
about
don't want
2
to hit
feet
the camera. I understand they're Pokemon cards, but you don't need to hit the camera on accident and fuck everything up.
Oh,
Pokemon cards. I can't reach the rest of them because they're all in tins, and I'm not knocking the things on top of the tins down.
I have Pokemon cards somewhere around here too. Here, close enough.
I don't feel like turning the camera because there's a mess up here as well, but that is all Pokemon there.
did the stream just go down?
Nah, stream is up.
It looks
We had
fine.
we had a little bit of a hiccup, but it's still up.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I just saw on Discord it just like stream went live again.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a
It had a little bit of a hiccup, but we are online. We are still good to go.
If anybody ever wants to see my plastic garden, which is all like off-brand Lego models and stuff, you can ask. I have a whole garden because I can't keep normal plants year-round in this room.
Don't worry, if anyone thinks they have an addiction to things, these white boxes behind me are full of magic cards, and each one is sorted by color and then card type alphabetically and
I
by
like
rare.
building little models. I like
Ow.
building little models. These things were my way in. They're like pieces. You can't really see the seam lines, but it's click together models, and then that led into off-brand Lego.
That's fair.
Love that.
Batra, you're still here? Yes.
On-brand Lego is too expensive. Off-brand Lego, I can get something for like $5, and it's nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
McPengy Clan is still here. Batra did send a message, so okay, good. Everyone
Yeah.
is still here.
Excellent.
All right. So 22 for Illa's perception, 21 for Astes, nat 20 for
23
Loki.
Getsu.
Hell yeah.
We're all doing well.
Zara, you need to make a perception check as well.
Okay.
First time actually using the silicone dice successfully. They're not running away. It's because using this for a dice bin is much newer than the silicone dice.
All right. 7.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I tried.
No, you're good.
22, 21, 27.
It's not my fault I rolled a 2.
All right.
My
So,
dice just disliked me, apparently. I feel very incompetent. My character is like played off so efficiently, and then the dice mess it up for me.
Oh.
I hate it.
That's how it goes.
mm-hmm.
It's literally why I roleplay more than I play D&D. Because I don't want to have to play with random shit. I want to be able to tell you what my character can or can't do, and just have that be that.
Hi.
No, it's the funniest thing. If your character is entirely designed to do this really cool thing, but they can't.
Mm-hmm. The struggle is so real.
And then there's something that my character would like genuinely struggle with or be awkward, but the dice is like, great, you got a 20, and I'm like,
Calm down.
fuck. What am I supposed to do with that?
Like, what am I supposed to do with this? The dice
There's
say
a-
backwards.
There's a build in Pathfinder where you don't have to roll a single dice ever.
Sounds good.
There's a,
Wall.
there's a build in 5e where you get to roll the DM's dice instead of the DM rolling their dice.
All right, back to our locally.
back to your regularly scheduled shit show.
So, how dead am I? Just kidding.
It's a perception roll. You're not that bad off.
I need a reflex save from you.
Uh-oh.
Yay.
A reflex save.
How does
And
one
the
do
rest of
that?
us are very obviously
A
fine.
dexterity save, sorry.
Okay.
3.5 in my.
I was like, what?
I haven't heard reflex save in so long.
I was so confused.
Can't remember on the dice if the one is on the bottom or on the top.
Bottom.
Okay.
Typically on the bottom for versus 6 or 9.
15.
That's like most things.
Okay, good.
No comment.
So, you
Funny.
catch yourself just as you're about to fall into a spider web.
Oh, great. These fucking things. That's
Uh-oh.
literally their reaction. Her react? Yeah, her. Yeah.
Are you okay, Zara?
Yep. Just spiders. I
And
love
everybody
that.
else, what you see is just large webs spanning the walls of the tunnels. going
That doesn't
forward.
seem safe.
Do they look like regular spider webs that are just like built up over time, or like there's a Shelob situation awaiting us?
There might be large spiders awaiting.
Oh boy.
I wonder where
like
my
that.
party is. I wonder where my party is.
Spiders.
We could light the webs on fire and see what happens. If we deal with it now, we won't have to deal with it later.
Because that's not incognito.
Or in a
I-
tunnel.
That leads to
Underneath,
the manor.
yes, that leads
Clearly,
to
they
the
didn't
Reeve
notice that
Manor.
the spiders were here.
Sky.
It's not like people are watching.
But the smoke, it only has two ways to go in a tunnel.
True, true. I forgot about the smoke. That's a very good point.
Yeah, sadly, fire produces smoke.
Unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
I'm going to send in a dancing light about 20 feet forward just to see if there's anything that responds to it.
Okay.
Can I roll animal handling to see if I can tell if the spiders or the webs are recent?
Going to Isengard.
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Diggy,
Diggy
diggy
hole.
hole.
all of our brains.
Aye.
All of our brains are just fucking off.
I think everybody's having a day.
Yeah.
Musical Tourette's there.
So I
Yeah.
counted. This is my fourth one
19.
today.
All right then.
And I'm still alive somehow.
Your decisions are your decisions.
I'm making
will not judge.
choices. I'm making choices. Not good choices, but choices.
Choices nonetheless.
This is true. Okay, so Illa sends a dancing lights down the tunnel as it goes up, like around the corner and up, to see if anything responds. And Zara is looking at the webs to see if they're new or.
I'll check for webs, droppings, anything else that might be spider related. I'm not a spider expert. I hate the fucking things.
I feel that.
Meanwhile, me.
And no one can convince me otherwise. I'm sorry,
Same.
they just can't. They're great outside. As long as they stay outside, we have no problem. The second
Yeah,
they're
as long as-
indoors, I'm murdering them.
As long as they stay in their assigned seating out of
Precisely.
my house.
Personally,
Yeah.
I like spiders.
Except the certain kinds of them, yes.
Can't. I've gotten better with them as I've aged, but I still would prefer they stay in their assigned seating.
I've gotten
I've-
much worse because of trauma.
Valid.
Fair.
Very valid.
I used to have people like throw spiders in my hair and stuff, like live spiders in my hair to like
That's
piss me off
unfriendly
and
of
freak
them.
me out.
Yeah.
That's
what the fuck?
unfriendly.
That's not
And then I
nice.
had a spider nest in my room that I didn't realize until it started hatching, and a bunch of spiders came down from the ceiling, and that terrified the absolute fuck out of me. And now I hate all
I
spiders
always
forever, and nothing's
question-
changing ever.
I always question how I did not end up scared of spiders, given my first experience with a spider nest was toddler me falling over into a bush with a freshly hatched spider. Like, oh, and there's 100 tiny spiders on this small child.
Maybe
For some
you-
reason, my brain went, "Oh, it's okay. These things are fine."
Poor
And now I'm
Loki.
like the only person. Now I'm like the only person I'm related to who isn't afraid of spiders, and it's the funniest shit. It's like apparently the cure is fall into spiders as a toddler.
I hope not.
Oh gods. All right. So does anything respond to the dancing lights?
Nothing here responds to the dancing lights.
Okay.
And Zara, these webs are pretty old, but they're not like falling apart yet.
So it's reasonable to assume that whatever made them probably moved on.
I mean, spiders will sit in the same nest for a long time.
Yeah, unfortunately. I'm sorry, I hate them, okay?
Especially the bigger spiders. Those ones tend to stay still longer.
Fine, fine. Is there like a big stick that I can just start cleaning the spider webs down with so that if they get attracted, they run for us? And we can also clean the nest enough that we can walk through later.
Do you have a stick?
I'm sure there's a stick outside.
You're about 20 minutes from outside.
Great.
I'm going to
I have a
read.
spear.
A spear is sort of a stick.
Use the
It's
back
I was
of
going
it.
to say, I also have a staff with me.
That would work too.
Stick-shaped tools.
Do you want to take the left and I'll take the right?
I do hate
I don't know if I
bothering the
got
poor
left and right, right?
things.
You actually did.
Wow, okay. Sorry.
I suppose. No, I do hate bothering the poor things.
I'm sure they'll be fine. As long as they don't attack us, I won't hurt them. However, the
If we
moment they
put their
strike,
webs, we might get them to attack us.
That is a genuine possibility.
I'm not sure if you all are familiar with Drow here.
I have no idea. And Raven's just like looks confused. Raven has recognized as far as you are elf.
My boss
Sp-
is part drow.
my spiders are very
Sounds
dear
kinda
to
tingly.
us. So
Can
I
you
would
talk to them?
unfortunately no.
Damn.
But I would prefer not to kill them.
Well, since you're a drow and you have to deal with giant fucking spiders on the Underdark and shit, do you know any ways to convince them to, I don't know, not kill us?
Does anybody have meat with them?
I mean, we could order some steak or something.
Note some of the party members you have here. What do you think they have?
I don't know if a spider will eat just regular meat because don't they like to just drink meat juice?
The two people most likely to have anything such as meat or actual edible rations are the two of you.
I'm just gonna walk forward using my staff to kind of clear a little path in the web.
Alrighty.
And if I do see any spiders coming towards us, I would like to try and not fight them right off the bat. I do want to try to calm them down and kind of just let us through.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch where Illa's making a path, and since they don't want to disturb the spiders and they're my boss, partly, sort of, I'm gonna, like, stick to that path instead of clearing down the whole hallway. That way, when we're gone, the spiders can keep going. What?
Not you.
No.
Great. You're roll 20.
What did I miss?
Check roll 20.
You know, I think this is just ironic humor, especially with the event that happened earlier today.
You know,
So, for those in the audience who do not have the vision for Roll20, Dre was so kind to put in. Some would say Illa is parting the web sea.
I hope I'm muted. Holy shit.
You're not.
You're not.
Oh
not.
god.
It wasn't that bad though. It was a pleasantly maniacal laugh.
All right.
I even did it in Roll20 to not take away from game time.
Oh, All right, so we're going through. I'm clearing some of the web to create a path.
As you're doing that, I need a perception check from everybody who's in the tunnels.
Again.
Again,
Oh,
Maybe I'll roll higher than a 2.
I got a
A
5.
5!
A
Oh,
19
Twins.
plus 4 is
23.
okay.
I got a
I'll
19.
let somebody else do the math. I could pull up a calculator for this, but that feels like too much work.
I feel that.
All right, so 10. 5 for Getsu.
19 for Illa.
19 for Illa, and 23 for Raven. Okay. So Illa and Raven both hear some skittering and some like footstep-ish sounds.
Hmm.
Okay. Do they sound like they are getting closer?
They do sound like they're coming in your direction.
Okay, I'm going to stop everybody and start backing up, telling everybody to back up a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
I'll do what I'm told.
Okay. As you're backing up, who all has dark vision?
I think
I
all
do.
of us.
Yeah.
Pretty sure
Like
everyone.
90% sure I do.
Yep. Probably.
I think
everyone.
this is the entire party
I'm
has.
pretty sure all of us do, and this has come up before.
That's
If
fair.
it makes it any better, I have superior dark vision, so I can see 120 feet instead of
Oh,
just.
I see.
Illa's better than everybody. We got
Superior.
But
dark vision,
my
right?
papa drives a land yacht.
My papa drives a Mercedes.
My papa drives a Bentley.
Yes, Tiefling does have dark vision. I was right. I'm like, I'm pretty sure. Because I always play characters that are like dark vision.
All right, cool.
You never know when you need to see it in the dark, so you can rob a noble.
It's important.
I mean, the fact I play Tieflings perpetually kind of adds certain things I'm just generally used to having on my character.
Valid. Okay. So, the two of you who covered it, being Raven and Illa, can roll me a survival check to see if you can place what the creature coming your way is.
That's not a normal one for me to roll.
Oof. 8.
Oh, only 5 total.
Okay, yeah. It's not necessarily just a spider. But you hear like the chittering of mandibles and stuff along with the footsteps.
With me being drow and it hearing not like just a spider, could I deduce if it's possibly a drider?
That would be an interesting thing to have thrown at us.
Frightening.
It doesn't sound quite that large.
Okay.
That's something at least. I'm not sure how much I'd want to deal with that.
If it was a drider, I could possibly talk to him and let it.
True.
Any idea on what's going on?
Not sure yet. Not until I have visual confirmation.
Should we prepare for a fight then?
Yes. Prepare, but don't start one until we know.
Getsu
Okay.
will preemptively turn into his normal humanoid form.
Getsu's
have a-
default form is a fox.
Yeah, pretty much. Feel like at this point, Getsu is just always in fox form, and if he is, he's just sitting on Ayla's shoulder.
You're either sitting on Ilia's shoulders or Raven's shoulders, and you're typically a fox. That's about.
That's yeah.
I'm gonna ready my spear, just in case.
Okay.
Because the less close I have to get to a spider, the better.
Okay. That's fine. All
Could I
right.
be quietly muttering about how I need to get a sniper rifle so it's someone else in the stinky tunnel and not me, and so I don't have to deal with the spider? I can just watch and wait for my party to be, eaten. Or get out.
Trey's just swinging his feet in the tree right now as he vibes.
Da di da di da da.
Oh, that's a pretty flower.
Just aiming down the sights at random people, going pew, pew.
Dre would 100% be doing that.
Does-
They have their life in my hands right now. It'd be a shame if. Pew.
What if I just
Does anything come closer for me to see?
Yes. What rounds the corner are two bipedal, purple-skinned, ugly motherfuckers.
That's not quite a spider.
Do I recognize these forms by any definition of what they are?
That's not a spider.
Yeah, you probably would recognize them as adder caps.
Fuck me.
Would anyone else recognize them?
No, I don't think so.
What exactly is that, boss?
Yeah, clearly whatever these are.
Adder caps are annoying assholes.
They're not spiders.
Oh, have fun, you guys.
So are they free for us to kill?
Yes.
Wonderful.
All right.
They ever travel with anyone else, or is it probably just these two?
Hopefully just these two.
Great.
As soon as they get into range, I'm going to cast a Mind Sliver.
Oh,
Okay. Sounds fun.
such a good spell.
What is the range on Mind Sliver?
60 feet.
Okay, so we actually need to roll initiative before you can cast it.
Oh boy.
Because they have a ranged attack with the same range.
Fuck me.
I
It's
get
okay, they
one
roll
net
like shit.
3.
I got a 6.
It's okay. This is a point where I'm very much okay with getting a shit roll. I don't like being first in initiative.
Illa got a 7.
Did we
Oh.
all roll low?
I
got
think
16.
so.
Zara rolled well.
At least we have Zara.
Zara gets to hit first.
Yay.
Zara,
Right.
Zara.
The rest
If
of
I
us will
die,
be behind
please don't
you.
leave me for the spiders.
What's taking so long, guys?
I understand if you don't want to pay the revival. I understand if you don't even get me back to the rooks. As long as you drag me outside of the sewer tunnel, I won't haunt you.
I won't haunt you.
If you leave me for a spider to eat, I'm coming back. I swear. right now.
Don't worry, friend. I won't leave you.
McPengy clan, I completely forgot Ettercaps existed until now, and I hate the fact that we're going against Ettercaps.
To be honest, I know they exist because of Baldur's Gate 3, and that's about it. And I don't know what they are really, other than that I saw that as like a
I
tag
think
on
I've
a
encountered
monster.
something about them once, and yeah.
I had a DM
It's okay.
homebrew Ettercaps at 25th level.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, God.
Ew.
They had 700 hit points.
God.
Ew.
Why?
I mean, my party, I think my character one-shot one of them.
God. What
You?
the fuck?
Was it a paladin with a 5th level divine smite?
No, this was 3-5 Centaur Barbarian with Pet and Pathfinder with Spheres of Power.
I forget. Was I
Ah.
given a crossbow yet?
Nothing like a ×7 crit on a 14 to 20 crit range.
What did you say, Asti?
Was I given a crossbow yet? Because I can't remember.
Yes.
I know that was a topic that was brought up, but I don't know if it happened.
I gave it to you and I taught you how to use it.
Yes, I remember the teaching how to use it, and I forgot if I was actually given it yet.
Yep.
Okay. Because I'm like not good at remembering things.
Yeah, no, you're good. Sorry. I
I
was
feel
just
that.
answering.
Okay, it does say it on my character sheet.
I have so many
Good.
weapons on Zara, I had to add like stuff in the notes because I ran out of.
I
Not
have
back.
all swords of the same type stacked as one, so it's okay. That's how I'm saving space.
Mine are so different though.
All right, so who is going first in this initiative?
Watch it be an Ettercap.
No, it is Zara.
Oh, okay.
All
Cool.
right, off you go.
But
It's up
between
to
the
you.
two who had ranged attacks, it's technically a tie. So, Illa, what's your dexterity?
+1.
Okay, so the other cap goes first.
Joy.
They're going before most of us. It's okay.
I'm not worried
Yeah.
about me. As long as I don't get eaten by spiders, I'm honestly happy. I'm used to the concept of death in my line of work.
The one Ettercap like spits a thing of web at you,
Ugh.
Illa,
Yep.
and it misses.
Thank God.
Perfect.
And then it is your turn to cast Mind Flipper.
Can it make me an intelligence saving throw?
Yeah, it can. What's your save DC?
Spell save DC is 14.
Okay, cool. It fails.
Wunderbar. It will take. Since we're at 5th level, it's up to 2d6.
Fancy.
It'll take 7 psychic damage, and it has to subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it takes until the end of my next turn.
Okay. So now it is Zara's turn.
Cool. I'm gonna get in front of Illa so that like I can protect Illa because I'm assuming they're mostly ranged based on our last fights. And then I will try to spear the closest Ettercap.
Okay, it's 60 feet away.
Well, okay, never mind. I will just move closer. By like 15 feet. That way, if its base movement speed is like 30 to 45, it can't close the distance completely in one turn.
Okay.
Unless it dashes, which then it can't attack me, so it's less of a problem.
Okay.
How tight is the hallway, by the way? Because if I could get in the middle in front where like Ettercaps can't pass without getting an opportunity attack, I'll stand there.
Yeah, you absolutely could.
Cool.
All right. And it's Ettercap 1. And it's going to try to web you. It's going to roll a nat 1.
Ooh.
Who
Can it
rolls
web
worse?
itself?
Who rolls worse? The enemy or the players?
Yeah, literally.
There's D&D, yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Then we go to Ettercap number 2, which has already used its ranged attack. And it's going to rush in as fast as it can. And it's going to get 30 feet towards you. So there's 15 feet between you and it now, Attica.
That should be easy enough to close next turn.
Yeah. And then Illa.
My turn.
Mhm.
I'm going to raise my hand, and 3 golden harpoons are going to come out from my hand. Form, or like liquid gold is going to form into 3 harpoons as I cast Devilish Hunt. And I'm going to throw one of them into the furthest one.
Okay.
I need to make a ranged spell attack, which gets me a +3 to, or +6 to hit.
Oh no, Tibbs. That
Oh,
expression's
no.
not good.
Net
Sorry.
one.
Oh, no.
Oh,
This seems to
Okay.
happen a lot.
So you're gonna miss, obviously.
Yep. And that's gonna be my turn because I don't really want to do anything as a bonus action because I really don't need to.
Okay. Getsu.
Okay. Getsu is going to just throw some daggers. So I'm gonna throw this at the closest one to me. That
Okay.
is 60 feet from me.
There's one that is 30 feet roughly from you.
Okay. I'm gonna do that and miss. And then
Yep.
extra attack. Huh?
The fuck?
Want to
How
redo
did
that for me, bud? There we go.
How do you
Yeah,
roll
I
the
guess-
same
Those
thing
who can't
twice?
see roll 20 right
Go
now.
buy a lottery ticket.
How'd you
Getsu
get the
rolled
same shit roll
exact
twice in a
same
row?
thing on both d20s on roll 20 twice in a row.
Not even a good
Hmm.
rolly.
No.
Yeah, not a good roll. Just a
I-
roll.
Guess that's all I'm gonna do. I guess I'll move backwards so that they don't get closer to me. That's all I do.
my roll 20 like closed.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't think I have any bonus actions.
And to be honest, I'm too tired to know if I did it, like I closed it on purpose or
Oh,
just like
wait.
without thinking, or if it happened on its own.
Okay.
I do have a bonus action.
Either way sounds plausible, assuming you're not doing a whole lot better than me on tired.
Okay, so I'm gonna bonus action
Yeah.
and throw another
Fair.
dagger.
Okay.
Gets who is throwing daggers.
18.
go.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, that hits.
There we go.
This one does not use my modifier for it, so don't add the 5. So it's just 2.
Nice, Kibble.
I think. No, it's 3. God, there's a lot of
Okay.
modifiers in there.
Wow.
I need to make a new thing. But that'll be all I do.
Okay. And Raven.
Okay. Raven's first time using a crossbow in a fight. I don't remember how crossbows work. Let's see. I'm assuming it's a D20 to hit.
D20
Yeah.
plus your proficiency and
I don't know if I have proficiency in it.
Up to you if you want to give them proficiency for an hour lesson if they don't already have it on their sheet.
I don't think I have anything about ranged weapons on here, which is funny given ranger, but
you have martial. Yeah, you're a ranger. You have martial weapons.
okay.
Okay, cool.
You're good.
So what would the bonus be?
Plus 3 because we're level 5, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds right.
So plus 3 is a 10 to hit. I'm assuming that misses.
Okay, that misses.
Plus, I need dexterity mod, right?
Oh, plus your dexterity modifier.
Okay, that adds another 2.
Still misses.
Okay. Closer.
It is
And
close.
we go back to the top of the round. Zara.
At least you didn't roll a 1 and hit me in the ass. That happened once. Someone, it wasn't me, but like,
It's okay. I have an excuse. It's my first time using a crossbow in a fight.
In a fight, yeah. So
I'm brand new to this. It's okay.
it's a reasonable excuse.
I wish I had med kits and healing potions and stuff.
Very true.
Raven is just over here like, they're too far to hit with the sword. I have a crossbow now. Oops, that missed.
I tried.
I tried, guys.
Just oopsie doodles.
There was an attempt.
Okay, so Zara, it is your turn.
Alrighty.
Can't say Raven's not trying to be productive.
As much as I want to try out having a revolver, that would be really loud. So I'm gonna stick to the spear.
Okay.
That would be loud.
Um,
Yeah, you're right.
It's not like a crossbow where you can get away with it.
Raven's got a new weapon and isn't just stabbing everything.
22 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Now we're hitting. I'm glad
Yeah, for
somebody.
a
Look a
grand
bit.
total. I'm gonna use both my hands though, so that'll actually increase the damage a little, maybe. No promises. 5 damage. That's not
Plus
bad.
Your strength mod. and-
Which is 0.
Okay.
I'm not strong. I'm dexterous.
Okay.
I just happen to have a few strength-based weapons.
Fair.
I mean, if you let me use my athletics score, I'd get plus 3.
I'm guessing a 9 and a 7 don't hit you.
Am I?
Yeah, you.
Yeah. No.
You're at the
Not even
front.
close.
So the one that you just speared tries to get you, can't get you.
I feel like Zara would deadass do that cat thing where they jump enough in the air that you just can't.
Yeah, fair. Illa, it is your turn.
Zara's just like, no, you can't hit me.
Zara, like, that's cute.
All right. So I'm just
It's
gonna
playtime.
throw my second harpoon at the same one, not the one that's in front of Zara, but the one that I threw previously. Nat 20.
Beautiful. So maximize
That's what we
your
need.
die and then roll.
Okay, so it would be 2d6, so that's going to be 12.
Yep.
Someone's actually hitting things.
So 18 piercing damage. And then I need it to make a dexterity saving throw.
17.
It's saved, so the harpoon just goes through him.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
Cool. Get to.
Okay, guess gonna try it again.
Try again.
And 12.
Not quite.
All right, second attack. 15.
That'll hit.
Okay. For 9 piercing damage. And then I'm gonna bonus action throw the lover dagger.
Not 20.
Damn.
Now we're talking. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's better than the rest of us are necessarily doing. We're
Like,
getting there. We're starting to
We're
get to hit
slowly.
things.
Yeah, we're slowly getting there. It's just a working.
Had a bit of a rough start.
He's learning his new abilities. He just learned how to make ice daggers, so this is a learning experience.
That is fair. Entirely fair.
And then I'm
Well,
gonna
Everybody
make
got
sure-
handed new weapons, and we're using our new weapons, and it's not going the best.
Exactly. I am gonna make sure that I stay 60 feet away from the closest one.
Okay. Raven.
All right, try this again. Well, that's not going to do good. Never mind. Not two.
Alrighty.
Next.
Zara.
Oh no.
Don't even have to ask. Nothing's going to manage to add a 2 up to hitting.
$18.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, hold up. Raven, you're a ranger, right?
Yep.
You should
You
have
should
2
extra
attacks.
Thought that was just with my 2-handed weapons.
No.
No.
No,
my
it's just
my
an
dual
Extra
wielding.
extra
Ah,
attack.
okay.
When you take the attack action, you can take a second attack. The
Like, I know I'm
2-weapon fighter-
ridiculousness with my 2-weapon fighter stuff.
With your 2-weapon fighter, you can make a bonus action attack. But with extra attack,
Plus,
you get
with
to.
I
Blood
know it's like
Breaker,
4 or
you can
5
do
times
more.
I can hit with, and depending on how many
Yeah, with
people in
Blood
range,
Breaker.
etc. I get insanity with the
Like a
swords.
sicko mode.
So I get a second attack. I will try that again
Yeah.
then. Out of 17. I don't remember what the bonuses
That'll
were.
hit.
Okay.
Hey.
What do I roll to hit? I've not had a crossbow on a
Was it
character.
a
like,
light
ever.
crossbow or a heavy
Yes, it
crossbow?
says light crossbow in here.
Light crossbow is 1d8.
Yeah.
This one, I think.
That's piercing damage. Given proficiency, or if you're dexterous, it would be, I think, +2, because you said your dexterity was +2.
Yeah, my dexterity is +2. So D8 +2.
Yep.
Yes.
That is a 5.
So 7 damage
Excellent.
in total.
All right.
It's really funny because they actually have the exact same hit point total.
The more you know.
You guys have dealt identical amount of damage to both of them.
I fucking love that so much.
Okay, Zara.
Can
You-
I keep my roll?
Yeah, you can keep your roll.
Okay, cool. I need to stop throwing dice down my sleeves just because I'm sitting with them. That's the thing.
I love looking at your camera and seeing Kai's arm in there.
Sorry. Sorry. Except I'm so much shorter. It's not as fair. I'm gonna
Just start
use
doing
my
bunny.
spear to block with, and pull out my rapier with my other hand, and attack with that.
It's also
'cause
just so much better because on stream
Okay.
you guys are across from each other, so when Kai reaches over, it actually reaches over.
that'll be
Superhero
9 piercing
guy.
damage.
All right.
Oh no. I'm so bad at this.
That camera's up here, babe. Not down here.
Just let me have my short dinosaur arms in peace.
Goose.
Pet.
So whose turn is it now?
Is the one that you have been attacking.
Okay.
Hello, turtle.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Oh no.
He's
It's a
fine.
ring box.
Aw.
That's a turtle.
Cute.
He currently has what's in it?
Cute.
The one ring to rule the box. I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh no.
Not that ring. It's good. It's a different ring.
It's gonna like run up, and that's it. Can get past its buddy now, and it's gonna try to swing at Zara.
Roll low, roll low, roll low. Just kidding. Sorry.
16.
Nope.
Okay. What is your AC?
18.
Nice.
I made it high because I figured I'm working as a bodyguard, so it might be useful.
Yeah. Okay. Then it's the one right in front of you. 18.
Ah. If it's a tie, what then? You take
That
damage?
goes to players in this game.
Sweet.
So now it's Illa's turn.
So now it's Yellow's turn.
All right. Last harpoon at the same one that I've been targeting the entire time.
Please deal 9 damage, because it would be really funny to keep these in parity.
Please do like it.
I can't guarantee that, but I can tell you that I got a 21 to hit.
Yeah, you definitely hit.
Eight piercing damage.
Oh,
No.
so close.
And can it make me another dexterity saving throw?
15.
We were
Damn it.
murdering them like they were health linked.
Yeah, you were.
It
Okay.
does save. So the
Okay.
harpoon hits him and then dissipates.
Damn.
So that again.
I'm really sad because I really wanted it to deal the 3d6 necrotic damage if it tried to yank it out.
Mm-hmm.
But that is going to
And
be
it's
Illa's
not
turn.
smart enough to not yank it out.
Yeah. I do not deserve a lesser torment. Thank you very much, blood.
Okay. So, Getsu.
Okay, Getsu is going to. Do I keep doing the same thing, or
Thank
do
you,
I?
Nancy.
I think I'm gonna just go
I have
for it.
I have decided to use my powers for chaotic good, which is every time that blood assigns a torment, I assign a boon.
Thank you, Batra. Batra just gave me a greater boon.
Aw, thanks.
Thank you.
Now that I've said that out loud, I'm worried that that blood is gonna mess with me too now. Please be nice. I'm cute and adorable. You wouldn't want to be mean to me.
You know, I try to use that to my advantage too, but it never really works with my fiance.
8 piercing.
Beautiful. Which one are you
Second
throwing
attack.
at?
Which one's
They're
closer?
both right in front of Zara.
Okay, so then I'll attack the one on the left of Zara.
Okay.
So then 25, which I'm
Yeah,
guessing
that
is
definitely
gonna hit.
hits.
Okay. Maybe I do need to go play the lottery because that's 2 8s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you do.
Talk,
Yeah.
tick,
Now
tock,
for my
Don't-
bonus action.
Don't let
boom,
buy a million
boom,
tickets,
boom.
just the one in case.
So
Just
your first 2 daggers drop the first one.
Oh, hell yeah. So then This my bonus action will go into the last one.
Yeah.
With two piercing.
Alrighty. And Raven.
Human break soon or no?
Yeah. Basically, once we finish this fight. Is Raven talking?
Raven, is your mic? Ashley?
Oh yeah, I think you're muted.
No mute.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We can't hear you, friend.
Laptop
can't-
isn't dead because we can see you. You're still here with us.
I know we can't hear Ashley, but I'm just picturing their spider being IT support right now. Just like, yes, move the thing to this thing, and then
What the shit? Tech gremlins have infected other people now.
Oh no.
It might be your setting in the VOD Ninja.
Video Ninja.
Oh, video, not VOD. Same. Potato.
and if your mic is connected to your headset, you might have just accidentally hit the button to turn it off.
Can you hear us?
Blink twice.
All right. It
I-
might
I-
be. It
Nod
might
once.
just. Literally, just might be that you hit the setting in the Video Ninja. Do we want to take a human break while we figure out technical issues?
Yeah. Give me
All
a
right.
sec.
Human.
All right. So in. Let me just pull you onto my second monitor. Okay. So in.
detect issues are resolved.
Like out of character, but I could totally go for some of Illa's like Tylenol or ibuprofen right now.
All right, so Asti, it is Asti's turn.
And
when
I had
we
gotten
left the
a
ring.
17 to hit and 7 damage, so
Okay.
right as tech
That
issues
knocks out
happened.
the other one.
Okay, good.
Good news.
Good news, guys.
All right,
Tech
and
issues
then,
didn't do too much.
and then your extra attack to see
Oh,
if
I
you
think they're
it's,
dead. They're dead.
Oh,
The
it
first
is?
one died
Cool.
already. Yeah, Getsu killed
I
one.
killed it.
Yay!
I
Look, your
skewered it.
rats are killing things for you.
It's what we like to do. That was a good warm up.
Well, they're dead now. That's what matters. They're not gonna hurt us now.
I was having so much fun.
question for the DM.
Answer.
Knowing Eder caps, would I be able to harvest their toxin or their venom?
You could make me a survival roll.
Are you sure that's wise right now, given that we're about to encounter Heist and might need to rush you to medical attention if you do that wrong?
No worries, I will be able to heal her if need be.
Yeah, I
Okay.
suppose. Somebody here probably has healing magic, right?
Yes, I will be able to help in any way I can.
We're aware that healing injuries is different than healing poisons in this group.
I'm going to take out
I don't
my
think
dagger.
Raven would be aware, let's be honest. Raven doesn't have healing spells.
I rolled a 21.
Okay.
So I'm going to take out my dagger and look in my little bag of things and pull out a small little glass jar, and I'm going to fill it full of Ettercap venom.
Alrighty.
This might prove useful later on.
Oh, get fucked.
Yeah, Tibbs.
Not Tibbs.
I guess I'll just leave.
Hey, one did already. No, I'm sorry.
Okay. Does it sound like anything else is coming towards us now?
No.
Okay. I'm going to keep pressing forward then.
Alright.
Onwards we go.
Getsu, it's gonna go back to fox form. It's beneath him to travel himself.
It's
Yeah, you just
beneath
get
you.
yourself carried around.
He's been hanging around Illa too long.
Getsu just gets carried around. He's just a pet.
He's a pit.
Well,
That's
he
what he
signed
did.
so many of my contracts without actually reading them. It's the least I can do.
For all Getsu knows, he could have been indoctrinated into a life of servitude to Ila, and he would just be like, "Yeah, it's fine."
Getsu just accepts
Afraid
it.
of nobles, but chill with things. Alright, sure, why not?
He knows Ila. It's different with her.
Which is
Nothing
understandable.
like casual friendly slavery.
Yeah,
As long as it's with your bestie, I guess.
As long as it's
Besties.
consensual.
Wait, so we're saying that Ella and Getsu have a platonic BDSM relationship?
Oh, things
Not
make
again.
so much more sense now. Loki, what is with our characters and just managing to get into relationships of any kind?
it's like the second time. Like, we're just gonna have to join another campaign. It's just gonna happen for the third time.
You know, it's inevitable at this point.
Okay, good to know, I guess.
All right. We continue through the tunnel. Does anything else happen while we're making our way downtown?
How fast are we walking?
Do.
Yeah. Okay. No, nothing else happens.
Perfect.
Good news.
Yeah, we don't need to deal with anything more. We're good.
Please no.
Yeah, so you get to a small room. There's still a cask shelf with what's probably hundreds of years old rum sitting in it. And then on the other side, there is a doorway.
This feels like in a Cask of Amontillado situation. We're gonna find a dead body back here. That'd be interesting.
Do we see a corpse?
Yeah,
Hmm.
actually, fuck it. I'm gonna roll a perception check or investigation. I don't know. Whatever the fuck.
Is there a corpse in the room?
I want to look for corpses. I don't know why.
Why
Is
not?
that investigation?
I can tell you without a roll, there are no corpses in the room.
Oh man. Okay. Hooey.
All right. When we get to the room, I'm going to, like it's Zara. Okay, remember, an hour to find servants' quarters disguise. I'm going to place my hand on your shoulder. My eyes are going to flash gold, and I'm going to cast invisibility.
Alrighty.
See what you can be heading back and checking out the exterior while you're inside.
It might be difficult to get out into the same area because this is a closed off section of the house. So I might go out the front entrance, in which case you can let Dreda check for me and let you know I'm out. Okay.
Sounds good to me. And I'm going to turn. All right, Raven, Getsu, let's go.
All right.
Onwards.
What are we doing first?
We're going to do Zara first.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let me wake up. No, I'm just kidding.
You have a monster in the fridge.
Yeah, I don't. I am saving it for a purpose because this is easier than what I'm doing afterward.
Okay.
And I don't have infinite energy drinks, unlike our friends Strathalon and Blood.
I only have like 20 in my cupboard.
Only 20. Like, that's not a
Just
concerning amount.
Amazon, cheap.
Fair. Don't tell my customers that.
Cool. I'm going to, I guess, slip up into the house through the passage.
So it is a door.
Okay.
And,
Can I listen at the door to see if there's anyone on the other side?
yeah, you can. And without really needing a perception check, you would know that there is definitely people on the other side.
That's a problem. Can I hear any voices or talking? Is this like? Because I don't.
Well, this is the cellar, which is attached to the kitchen.
Okay.
So you would hear people talking about like grabbing this bottle of wine or whatever, and then you would hear the stairs, and they would be leaving.
Okay. Once I can hear them leave, I'm gonna carefully creak the door open and see about slipping in and closing it quietly as possible.
Okay.
Then I'll check the room and see if there's anybody in there that would have seen the door move. But I'm assuming no, because I waited for them to leave. But just on the off
No,
chance.
you're good.
All right, cool. I'm gonna carefully walk through the kitchen, but I'm gonna like have to be really, really careful to not like bump into anyone or accidentally like step in any flour or anything. Does it look like there's anybody tired that's like about to leave their shift and head upstairs to like the servants' quarters or to wherever those are? Or is the manor laid out familiarly enough that I would be able to guess where the servants' quarters are?
No to the second one,
Okay.
but yeah, you could totally follow somebody back to the servants' quarters.
I'm gonna do that. And see about finding laundry. It's particularly clean laundry with uniforms in it, preferably.
Okay, so you follow one of the serving staff. She goes into a servant's stairway, goes up a floor, and out, and then you're into this hallway. And on one side is a servant's quarters, and on the other side is like a linen closet.
Okay. Once there's no one around, I'll check the linen closet to see if there's extra uniforms.
Okay.
And if any of them would be the right size.
There are extra uniforms, but none of them look like they would necessarily be the right size for you. Because you are fairly petite.
Can I use my shift weave to like copy one of the looks there? Of the servants' stuff?
No, shift wave is predefined garments.
Damn. If I knot things and fold things the right way, will it look close enough? Like, can I make anything work?
Like, can you make one of the uniforms work for you, or
Close enough that it can get by for like one day that won't like to drop down or whatever?
Probably.
Okay, I'm gonna see about collecting one of the smaller uniforms and doing that.
Okay.
Because I can always just make the excuse if I'm new here and they haven't had time to adjust shit properly for me or order the right stuff.
Mhm.
And yeah. I'm gonna go find a bathroom to change in that's empty.
Okay. That's totally doable. And yeah, you get changed into servant's clothes. No problem.
Given that I'm assuming invisible for a little while,
Mhm.
I'm gonna check the house and try to get a floor plan. And I'm just gonna memorize as carefully as possible where everything is so that I can mark it down in my contract book later.
What specifically are you looking for? Like, everything is too much, but
Where guard towers might be, if there are any like guard barracks or places the guards are more likely to frequent or be stationed at, if there are any undercover people and who they are and what they look like. If there's anything of particularly like note or value, or like if I find the watch and I know where it is, then obviously I'm gonna keep an eye on that or remember where that was.
Sorry, my laptop was on battery for a bit there. Didn't want the stream to go down. My laptop just suddenly went low battery.
That's fair.
Very fair.
So you're looking for like guards, undercover guards.
Guards, undercover guards, places the guards might be stationed at or staying with them, and because like the rooks usually get quarters that are just guard quarters for them or whatever.
Yeah.
Depending on how many there are, might be like just a private room, might be a whole barrack. So if the guards are staying at the house, it would be nice to know where they exist at usually.
Okay.
Would also be helpful to know if anyone's undercover or if there's like another mercenary company involved. Would be helpful to know if there's any like quick exits or hidden entrances that I see with people like using stuff like that.
Okay.
Useful stuff, not like where the kitchen is or what the closest bathroom is. That's kind of like.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying. I'm not
No,
not a heist specialist.
You're good.
You're doing good.
You're great. So you do see some guards. They appear to be just average town guards.
Okay.
You don't see anybody who appears to be undercover but armed. This seems to be a very above board sort of operation where the city guard is doing the work.
How well trained is the city guard? Can I tell that? Would that be an insight roll?
Yeah.
Uh, 20.
Okay. They are fairly well trained, as they are the main defense in this area. And what you can tell, though, is that these don't look like they've been here very long. They're like running into things. They're not aware of their surroundings in the same way that you would be if you'd been in the same post for a long time.
What sort of weapons do they tend to carry? Lethal, non-lethal, a mix of both?
They have like a billy club that you can see, and then a pistol.
Alrighty. I'm gonna head somewhere quiet to wait for the invisibility spell to like disappear. Because I'm assuming I'm running low on time.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have a lot of time left on the invisibility potion or invisibility spell.
Once the invisibility spell wears off, I'm gonna like use that uniform that I changed into to blend in with other servants as best as I can. And I'm gonna try to use my favorite terrain feature to like study the house if I can and the layout of the house itself. Because I figure if I can use it to become familiar with a particular biome that I've never been in before within an hour, that I could like probably use it to figure out the house layout and stuff about that.
Yeah, okay. Um, you get a really good sense of the layout of the house. You get a sense of what the best route from the cellar to the study would be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what else exactly are you looking for?
Is there any chatter like among servants that I might be passing, or people in the house about like why the guards might be there so frequently or recently specifically? Is there anything else that I might notice that could be a problem for Heist or make the heist easier?
Okay. Make me a perception check.
Wow, I really like rolling 15s today. Okay, 20.
Cool. You hear the guards muttering about stupid rotational shifts and how they always hate coming here.
I'm gonna tilt my head and act like totally clueless and just be like, I'm new here and like I've never seen a house under guards before. It's like my first job as a big post. What do you guys mean about rotational shifts? Do you mind explaining? Because I'm just like super curious and like, ugh, dusting is so boring, you know?
Okay, make me
And I'll like act flirty.
charisma check.
Oh, joy, my greatest skill. Not. Holy shit! I rolled an 18. Thank God.
Hell yeah.
Persuasion.
Sure.
17. Because I have a -1 to all my charisma stuff.
Okay. This guy's really into you.
Oh no. What have I done?
And he's like, oh, hey there.
Oh, fuck me.
Well, you see, we have to be here because the guy in charge of the house is the guy in charge of the town guard. But he refuses to schedule or to hire a dedicated guardsman. So it's just one of the rotational shifts within the guard. You get it every 3-4 weeks.
Oh wow, that must suck. Probably not a lot to do around here, I bet.
Yeah, no, not really. I'm itching to pull my club out and do some beatings.
Kinky.
I am so glad somebody said it and not me.
Zara's just like swallowing like this guy is very into meeting people. That's concerning. Great. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. This is an insane plan. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. That's a horrible idea.
And now I want to hear the plan.
No,
Yeah, right?
Same.
Now I'm curious.
absolutely not. I'm gonna nod and be like, well, I mean, since you don't have very much to do, could you like show me around the house and let me know like where everything is? Because I've gotten lost like 3 times now, and I just new assignments, big manor. I mean, I'm used to working for like the smaller noble families, you know.
Mm.
Probably would excuse my lack of manners because so new to this. I'm just gonna do that cute, innocent thing that like asshole guys like. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, fuck it. He's into you. And he's like, yeah, I can show you around.
Zara's just internally thinking if this guy tries anything, I'm breaking his arm, and Illa will understand. I hope.
Illa will understand, yes.
Thank you. Alright, cool. I'll let him show me around and see what he points out. And while he's showing me around, I'll see if I can notice anything else important. Like, since the people are since the guards are new and they're on a rotational shift, so they're probably restless like that dude is. I'm betting that if we fucked with the guard rotations by causing a distraction in some other part of the town, that they would be pulled to that. Just thought. Could be wrong. Because if these are the city guard, they might have rules or orders regarding that, as opposed to private contractors.
Yeah. Oh, that's a solid idea. Yeah, so he shows you around the manor. He points out, like, this is where the guy studies, where he keeps all of his important shit.
That's a good thing to note.
Show me right in. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Yeah, this is where everything that is of important value is. No one ever goes in there. It's totally fine. Just ignore it.
He's like, if you try to get in there, then we're gonna have to fight.
Aw, promise? Like, you'll tie me down and everything? I'll wink at him.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
You don't say. Well, let me just. Oh no, I
Oh,
dropped something. Let me
darn.
just bend over and pick it up real quick.
Are those the keys in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh no!
I'm terrible at flirting, please. I'm so sorry. I've never done this.
I think you're doing better than I would. So
I want to die now. You know, like the worst part about this is I have a new boyfriend and I have to rewatch all of this awkwardness with him later. So that might be great.
Oh.
You get to relive it all over again.
I don't want to. If a girl ever is this overtly into you randomly out of for like no reason, they're probably lying to you.
oh for sure.
Unless it's me, then I'm totally being honest. I'm kidding.
I haven't been in a relationship with a woman in
How long has it been?
11 years.
Fair.
I
When was
ended
that
up in
13?
one. I did not choose it.
What?
It was very much she identified as a lesbian, admitted feelings for me in a voice call of all places, and I was just like, aren't you a lesbian? And just pure confusion. And she's like, yeah, but I like you. And I guess for some reason she took it as a yes, and I was too awkward to say no.
Oh.
She proceeded to be a major pain in my ass anyways, so
Damn.
because she decided that she was going to be transphobic as hell the whole time.
Oh.
It's like, okay.
Oh. Hate that.
Yep. And that is my one singular relationship with a woman.
All right. So this
been a
is
week.
a little note for stream. Um Batra was stuck in the be right back screen for a while.
Oh no.
And
It's all been working from every time I've glanced at it, because I keep glancing at it to look at chat.
Mhm.
The
okay.
internet is being confusing.
And for me, and I'm not sure if it's just for my internet or whatever, but it has been pretty glitchy where
It's been
everything
pixelated quality
will,
on my end, but that's normal for my end.
for my end, it'll run perfectly fine, then it will stop for a little bit, and then
That's
it'll
not good.
pick back up.
That's not good. The internet is dying.
It might just be the way this is right now because of our internet situation. We are
Yeah.
playing with 4 other people.
Oh,
That is
yeah,
fair.
that would do it.
One of the reasons I don't run streams, because not only do you have to tax your actual device, but you also have to have a decent internet connection that nobody else can just take away from you at random.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Streams might be interesting for the next year.
Yeah.
Better streams be interesting than not have a house.
There have been times living in this
Very
place
true.
that I have gotten a text from someone upstairs about, can you use less internet? Like, you
Ooh.
use less internet. Stop.
Okay, that's
Both of us play stuff like Phasmophobia online a lot.
fair enough. That's a choice.
It's like two people playing games that have like playing multiplayer horror games with voice chat online. Like, no, the internet gives up as soon as the third person starts doing anything.
Feel very embarrassed. Like I'm bad at everything.
That's okay.
That was a choice to
No.
do that.
I think your
was.
flirting job is better than I would do.
Oh,
There's a
thank
reason the
you.
majority of my characters are canonically arrow ace, because it's just not worth it.
I've got a lot of experience attracting terrible people,
Ooh.
Felt that.
but
Yep.
at least they're predictable. I guess.
I am attracted to red flags.
I feel that at this point. Like, jeez.
All right. Do
I'm learning to be healthier, which has meant that I'm like
Mhm.
more conscious about like what people I like and don't. So
What people
Yay.
to immediately block.
So back to our locally scheduled flirting with the.
oh god,
Ah,
I don't want it.
you started this.
I know. I regret it. I regret it quite strongly, actually. Okay, so yeah, how do you take that?
You asking if he promises you'd have to fight if you tried to get in that room?
Yeah, and winking and being like he'll tie me up and everything, and being genuinely terrible at life.
He
oh.
blushes and like excuses himself.
Oh, thank God he's gone.
Oh.
I'm gonna be like, I hope I didn't. You know what? Fuck it. If he's a cop and he's uncomfortable, great. Actually, never mind. Good on me. At least once the tables have turned. I'm gonna go downstairs and see about exiting the manor through like the servants' exit or entrance and stuff. Be like out for a lunch break or whatever.
Okay.
I assume I grabbed as much information as I could, unless I'm missing something glaring and someone wants to.
I have no idea.
Me either, anyway.
Well, you got a layout of the house. You got a good idea of how many people are in there. guard wise. So I'd say that's pretty successful.
While he was showing me around, I'm gonna just kind of keep a mental count of how many like active bedrooms there are, and like not ones that people are using to sleep in specifically, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like not guest rooms or shit like that. Although if there is a clearly a guest room clearly in use, I'll like be like, okay, that's an extra person to think about too.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'll just write down as much of that information as I can, like once I'm a block away.
Okay.
I'll like dispose of the uniform somewhere and like be back in my regular armor. So I'm just gonna be like scribbling notes down, waiting for Dre to let know that I'm there, and kind of just rambling to myself about men and how predictable they are and how I could stand to dial it back like 7 degrees, please. Even though I also needed to as well.
Yeah, fair. Okay. Um. Do we have the energy amidst us to finish out the rest of the scouting tonight
I
in 13
don't.
minutes?
I don't think so.
All right.
I think.
I think
need to eat.
happens
I
tomorrow.
think.
for sure.
I think a lot of us are petering out right now. So
I mean,
Most
we
of us.
started this with half of us being not in the best ways.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
hey, you do not
You're
have to
fine.
apologize. Today was
I
just
feel-
a day for a lot of
It's
people.
been a
So I think this is a
Monday.
good place to call it a night and recoup.
Yeah.
It's been the most Monday-iest Monday.
Yeah. It's
Yes,
been a
it has.
Monday.
I've never been ace in my life, but that made me want to be ace.